Hello there dear YouTubers, my name is King1993 and today I'll be talking about another Valkyrie character in this game. Now before talking about this video, do understand that this is a beginner's guide only. I do not have all of the Stigmata set and the weapon set to do a proper conclusion on what is the best or meta for her. Okay, so if you are wondering if this is a meta guide, no, this is not a meta guide, so do not even talk about meta in this video. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. Okay, before starting the video, there is another thing I forgot to mention, and that is if you are interested in this type of guides related stuff, then I suggest that you go to my website. My website is called King1993 Gaming, but the only problem is I am currently using wix.com to get this website for free. So basically speaking, the link of this website is gonna be in the description. Okay, and basically what I do is I do gameplay guide here, and as you can see here, if I just enter this place, you will be able to see the other guides that I have already made. So I have made from Kiana Kaslana to up to let's see, to up to Mobius, and today I will eventually upload to Natasha, Cioara as well. So if you like this type of guide, then you can definitely go to my website to watch more of these guides. Okay, so today's character will be called Natasha, Cioara. Okay, so there is currently only one Natasha, Cioara, or let's say Raven in this gameplay. Okay, I do not know why there is three names: Natasha, Cioara, Midnight, Absinthe, and Raven. Just put two names. So anyway, so as I was saying, there is only one character at the moment who is capable of doing only fire related damage. Now in case if you're wondering, is she a support or a DPS, this one is also a sub DPS just like Fischl. In case of Fischl does electro damage, okay, and this one does fire damage. That is the only difference. And she has another ability, and that is basically, let's say when it comes to Fischl actually had to hit the enemy to do the elemental damage dealing, whereas for Natasha, Cioara, Raven, or Midnight, Absinthe, okay, she is capable of doing fire related damage up to 30% when she is off field. So even when she is off field, she still provides supports for the other teammates in the game. So this is why she is considered as a sub DPS character, because when she gets her own weapon, okay, she can do a lot of damage. A very unique character in the game at the end part of the game. Okay, now that we have known about what Natasha, Cioara is capable of doing, now let's look at her weapon. Now for the weapon, go to this weapon section, select bows, and then here are the things. So there are a lot of weapon here, but only two of them are useful. One of them is Obscuring Wing. Now this Obscuring Wing is basically made for Natasha, Cioara character. As you can see here, it can do a large quantity of fire damage. So obviously from that point of perspective, there is a high chance that in the future this weapon Obscuring Wing will have a pre-armed version. There seems to be no doubt about it. And in case if you're wondering, okay, if this one causes you to buy with crystals, then what are the other alternatives? The other alternative is this one called Call of Crescent. Now here's the thing, when it comes to this Call of Crescent, this one is normally a physical damage dealing weapon. Okay, so there will be a lot of physical damage dealing, but here's the thing, in case of the wielder, okay, it depends on the wielder. For example, it is said here damage type will auto adapt to that of the wielder. So order of priority, like what is this, like is the physical the least important one? I do not seem to understand this. Okay, so this is a weapon you can get for free from this foundry, okay, with 150 anti-entropy imagination core. I currently have one of them because I need one for my Alicia. Okay, so that is basically it for the weapon category, on which type of weapon you can get. Okay, now that we have seen the weapon, now let's talk about the Stigmata set. Now for the Stigmata set, she has her own recommended Stigmata set, and that is called Aslong set. Okay, this Aslong set has T, M and B. Okay, now all of them are important. The reason behind that is the T will do team fire damage. Okay, the M or the middle one will provide more elemental damage dealing, and the last one will boost team total damage. So in other words, this one will increase all of the damage dealing of all the other teammates. This one will increase the elemental damage, and this one will increase the fire damage. So obviously in that category, if you have this Stigma Set, then this is a very good option to use on her, because this is basically the type she is capable of doing. Now another thing is for this weapon, as you can see here, if you have this weapon will also boost the elemental damage dealing. So if you are capable of getting all of these, then obviously she will become a very good DPS, sub DPS character in the game, just like what should I call it, Fischl, or let's say Harsher of Sentience. Okay, now I might be bragging, but Harsher of Sentience is the strongest. I'm just talking about from the support perspective. Okay, now in case if you are wondering, okay, this is for the sub DPS, but what can I do to make her, let's say, the strongest in the DPS category only? Okay, so for that case, I suggest that you go to this equipment section, go to the Stigma Set, go to Force. So once you have done that, select on this and click on this and select on the fire damage dealing. Okay, now here's the thing. Do understand the basic stigmata are basically the stigmata that you are gonna get at the beginning part of your game. So that is point number 1. And there is G1, G2, G3, G4. G1 is sacrificial for G2, G2 is a sacrificial for G3, and G3 is a sacrificial for G4. But there is no G4 in the fire stigmata set. Okay, so I highly suggest that you use G1, G3 and G2 and G3. Okay, that will be your target. So let's start with the basic one. For the basic one, if you just want to do high quantity of damage dealing just by hitting the enemy, then this Fuhua musician set is the best option in the basic Stigma Set category. Trust me, this Fuhua musician set is so good that I had to get 2 of them just to get my damage at the highest most possible position as possible. What the heck did I say? So anyway, so if you have this Fuhua musician set, you will be good even to the end part of the game. Now once you are at the end part of the game, then you want to do even more damaging, right? So from that case, you must need to consider which type of Stigma set you will be getting, because as I have said, G1 is a sacrificial for G2. So go for this Hikokumaru, because Hikokumaru is a sacrificial set for Thales, and Thales is a sacrificial set for Leeuwenhoek. Now here is the thing, Leeuwenhoek M, you can use this skill, but the problem of this skill is this skill can only be activated during ultimate evasion. So I highly suggest that instead of using Leeuwenhoek M, go with Leeuwenhoek T, B and Thales M. Okay, but here's the thing, another thing that I must need to mention, and that is, if you want to go for a shortcut, you can go for a shortcut. Instead of getting all of the Hikokumaru, you can go for Thales set, and then you can transform this Thales set into Leeuwenhoek set. It will cost you about it will cost you about 3 months to get all of this, another 3 months to get all of this. Okay, now let's talk about the elf. Okay, like if you want to use her as a DPS character, then definitely you need some elf. Now there are actually 3 options. Out of the 3, only 2 of them are actually considered as a great option for the fire damage dealing elf. Okay, this one is called Jingwei's Wing. This one is totally useless, do not use her. She is dumb, useless, only she is capable of doing healing damage. There is no such thing as healing damage, only healing to the characters. Okay, so from that point of perspective, this one is actually the most useless one. Because she is free to get, I actually got her. Okay, and her healing capability is very good. Now in case if you're wondering, okay, this is the worst, then what is the second best? The second best is this one, Book of Fuxi. The Book of Fuxi is basically a fire support dealing. Not only that, she is also capable of boosting elemental damage. So because of that, this one is a very good option. Okay, and if you want to get her, you can get her, but there is a even better option, and that is this one, Sirin. So Serene is capable of doing fire support, heal and shield breaking. So if you want to get a best quality option, I suggest that you get this one, because this one will provide fire support, heal and shield breaking, like all three of them at a time. So obviously from that point of perspective, this is a very good, the best option available right now in the game when it comes to fire damage ceiling. Okay, now we are at the conclusion of the video, where I'm gonna say that when Raven first came out, I actually didn't give much thought about it, but I eventually realized that Raven is a very good option for a sub DPS character, because if you have a, let's say, a fire DPS damage dealer such as Kiana Harsha Flamintion, and you also have Natasha Cioara on the team, okay, then what will happen is their overall elemental damage will increase from 35 with only Kiana to 65, because there is both Raven who will provide 30% and Kiana will also provide 35%. So obviously total 65% of elemental damage dealing, which is a lot. Okay, so if you want to do a large quantity of fire damage dealing, obviously you need to get Natasha Cioara. But in case if you're wondering, okay, can you use Natasha Cioara in other parts of the game other than Elysian Realm? Yes, you can use there, but you only have to use her as a sub DPS, because she isn't the best option when it comes to DPS fire damage dealing. Okay, so if you like this video, then please give a like and subscribe and click the bell notification icons to get more of this type of video on a regular basis. Thank you and see you again next time.